Digital Zoo Adventure friends and guests. How you doing today? We're live coming to you from the North Carolina Zoo for Zoo EDventures today. It's a really neat day today. We have a very special guest. Today, introductions real quick. Steve's in front of the camera. Chelsea is behind the camera.
Good morning, everybody.
Cat's over there.
Hi.
And we have a really, really special guest. And I think you're really going to have a great time. We've been trying to get this guest on since...
Special guest!
We've been trying to get the real special guest.
Oh, it wasn't me?
You work here.
I thought it was me because I'm usually behind the camera.
See, but you've been in front a few times. You're getting the whole...
Can I still hang out and see the guest when it comes?
Only if you promise to work a little bit.
Okay.
All right, good deal. So, Leslie's also in front of the camera today.
Hey, everybody!
And we're so excited. This is going to be such a neat day, and we're very happy you guys are tuned in. Before I go any further, I do want to remind everybody early, and we'll do it again later on, that Zoo EDventures is going to Wednesdays at 10 o'clock starting in April.
Just Wednesdays.
So we won't be there on Mondays, but you can check out all those past episodes on YouTube and on Facebook if you really need a Zoo EDventures fix. And maybe you do. So it's awesome. We are going to those days. And the reason for that, again, is we're hoping that the zoo is beginning to gradually open up. And that means that we have other responsibilities in the park.
Very true.
And to school groups and things like that
Yes.
that are coming more and more often, which is a good thing. But we're not going anywhere. Your Zoo EDventures team is still here Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. Today, we've been trying... You interrupted me a second ago.
Sorry.
That's okay. We still want you on the show. We've been trying to do this animal with you for about... since about November. But we keep getting weathered out.
Yeah, it almost happened today.
It almost happened again today. But we said, no, this animal's going to be on today because you're going to love to meet Braveheart. Braveheart is an amazing animal, and he's coming up as we speak. Braveheart is the one with feathers here. Braveheart is the one with feathers. Come on in, April.
I'm going to make some space. Oh, I can move back.
Give me my room, please.
Yes.
It's okay.
We can move to you, too.
He's like, I'm not used to this.
No.
We're open again?
We're open. There's people here. Digital friends, meet Braveheart. Braveheart is a red-tailed hawk. And Keeper April is here as well, showing off the bird. Keeper April has gone through a lot of training with Braveheart to get him used to being on the glove. So I'm going to sneak in between Leslie and April so everybody can talk. I think April or Leslie or April, what's that bird's name again?
Braveheart.
Braveheart, thank you.
Steve Braveheart, Braveheart Steve.
Braveheart, thank you. Appreciate the introductions there. So, yes, because I've got the mic, I'll be in the middle. So Braveheart is a red-tailed hawk, a native to North Carolina and a lot of places in North America. And you can see that he's been worked with. He's used to being on with people. Can you give us a little bit of background on Braveheart, April?
Sure. So Braveheart actually... He's checking out this microphone.
You like the Muppet? You like the Muppet?
That is a black mouse.
A black mouse, that's right.
So he came into the Valerie Schindler, I think that's how you
the
say it.
rehabilitation center.
The rehab center here we have at the zoo on our zoo grounds. And he had a wing injury. Somebody basically found him sick and injured, and they brought him into the zoo thinking that we could help him. And usually the goal is to release them back into the wild. But Braveheart's injury was so severe that we didn't think that he could actually catch the food that he needed to. He didn't pass the mouse test.
That's right, they have a mouse test. They have a mouse
school.
test. They
I
have
always
to go
call
to
it mouse school, yeah.
So any of the birds that are coming in for rehabilitation have to go through mouse school before they can be released back into the wild. So through rehabilitation at the Schindler Rehabilitation Center, through that, they're kind of gaining those skills how to hunt and survive again. But Braveheart wasn't successful in hunting at mouse school.
No, he wasn't very good at it.
And that's because he had a break? Is that right?
Yes. So we just actually learned some more about it. Is actually
Really? Cool.
his humerus bone. So
His funny bone?
I guess that's the end of your humor.
Humor? Us?
Yeah, I find this humorous.
Anyway,
Yeah. Anyways.
it is early on it's early on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, everyone.
that's this bone, right?
Yes.
So this bone on the bird.
Is broken like right in half.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And so imagine trying to, if you're not aware of that, when everything goes through early, and you kind of fix it and you think you've done some good work, but it still has that break, are you going to be able to soar? Are you going to be able to soar and fly and look for food and maintain flight for very long? No. So Braveheart can get around his habitat some, but he can't sustain any kind of true flight. Mm-hmm. So that's why he was deemed unreleasable. He was not able to go through the entire mouse school catching enough mice to survive on his own.
So I have a question. If I had to guess, April, because I can kind of see one wing looks like it's a little bit further down.
Oh.
Is that the wing where the break is in? Because it's kind of looks a little different.
Yes. I had to think about the X-ray. Yeah, I was like, which way was he laying down? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So great observation skills. Yeah, using
Yeah.
those, and those are things you can do when you come to the zoo
Yes.
sometimes.
This
Take a
one's
peek.
little-
Yeah.
Is a little bit more droopy,
Yeah.
so he can't hold it up nice and tight. Do you have any idea how old he is? He looks like he's a mature young man.
Yes, he is very handsome young man.
He's a very handsome.
Yeah. So he has been here with us for about 15 years.
Wow.
And whenever he was found, he still had some baby feathers. So
Oh, really?
Baby
I think these are the last to grow in. And so
Okay.
these grew in while he was in human care here at the zoo.
Whoa, did you guys see the tail?
So
That's where the name comes from.
yeah.
That's what I just happen to have, though.
What do you happen to have?
This
A fan?
is from, yes. This is what juvenile red-tailed
Yes.
hawk would look like.
No kidding, really?
So that's probably why you were able to tell the
Yeah.
difference, because
They're
this looks so different. Yeah.
This is a juvenile red tail.
Juvenile, yeah.
Wow, look at all the different markings on there.
Completely different, right? Yeah.
No kidding. I
Yep.
get to learn stuff. This is so much
So
fun.
you can tell a lot by the feathers. They actually
Really?
can send in DNA from a feather to genetically tell if he's male or female.
Really?
Yes.
Even that can be no kidding. Very cool.
Yeah. So we learned a lot.
So he's a raptor.
Yes.
And raptor comes from the Latin raptus, meaning to seize or to grasp.
Oh, thank you.
I thought it meant dinosaur.
You stop. Chelsea, you're spreading ill information. Yes, birds are
wait.
dinosaurs. We get that.
You don't mean it to wrap a present?
Not to wrap a present
They
either.
can't. Okay.
Maybe you're supposed to be behind the camera.
This is why I'm not usually in front.
No, this is why you are in front. So raptor, meaning to grasp or to seize, and you can see those talons. Look at those talons. Chelsea's going to show you a beautiful shot of those talons. And that's obviously why you wear the glove, April, correct?
Yes. Yes.
You don't want to be having those holding onto you
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, I like my arms to look nice and smooth.
Well, there you go.
My
The glove
wrist.
helps with that.
I think you just asked why.
He did look over, didn't he? He's like, what do you mean?
Is he grabbing really tight on you, though?
He's actually not.
Okay.
So they kind of like enact those muscles whenever they're trying to hunt something. So they're going to go down and grab their food and kind of hold on to it, and then they're going to use their beak to like pull it apart.
Really? So you're like a modified tree here. You're just kind of where he's
Yeah.
perching. Mm-hmm. Nice.
I'm his friend tree.
You're his friend, tree. Oh, how lovely is that? That is so neat. And you have, it looks like you have anklets on or anklet bracelets or something. What are those
New
for?
fancy anklets.
Oh, they're new?
Yeah.
Congratulations,
He just got
Braveheart.
Yeah. So those kind of just stay on him all the time, but
Okay.
whenever we ask him to come out for a program, he steps up onto the glove, and then we put all this other stuff together and on him and attach it to the glove
I
and
see.
come out.
Is that just like a safety protocol, just to make sure that,
Yeah.
that he's going to stay with us a little bit? He's been
Yeah.
trained to handle all
Since
that?
he is a wild bird, he would fly
I
away
see. Okay.
and not come back.
Nice.
But it's in his best interest to stay with us.
Well, it sure is. That's for sure. I love that. That is for sure. How you doing, Braveheart? I love his pattern. I love a little bit of stripes on his chest there. Neat look. He's very intense. He's very staring at folks. Pretty good vision?
Yes.
Has to have, right?
Kind of got some mean looking eyebrows, but those actually act as like a sun blocker.
You don't say. I bet we have
Why
a
are you
skull to
looking at me
demonstrate that. Whoa. I just had a chickadee come right on my forehead there. He almost landed on me.
Birds everywhere.
Birds everywhere. But that's important. That's happened here, doesn't it? So that's something that Braveheart has to get used to. Braveheart is one of our animal ambassadors, and we'll talk about that in a sec. But when he's out and about, he has to be he's got to understand what's happening. So the training, you're doing a good job, you're staying still, you're being quiet, you're not trying to get off the glove, here's a reward. You just saw April do that. And then literally a chickadee just flew right past us. So Braveheart has to ignore that. He's got to say, nope, this is fine, I'm where I need to be. And if other birds come around, you might actually hear mockingbirds come around sometimes when Braveheart's out. He has to realize I can put that aside, they're not going to mess with me. And I've got somebody I trust taking care of me. So here's that skull. Do you see this skull, Braveheart? You're like,
How'd you get that?
I don't like that. So this is that little sun blocker you were talking about. Can you see that bone right there, Chelsea?
Yeah.
So that bone is really important. And there's one on the other side, but our skull is broken. ... You might see the donation button is up. You guys have helped us raise almost $4,800.
Wow.
So $5,000 is within striking distance. I'm so excited, and thank you so much for that. That's been an amazing thing to see that you guys have helped us out so often donation-wise. But yeah, this is that bone you're talking about. And this is kind of over the eye, and does kind of shield the eye from the sun.
Yes.
Kind of a built-in visor almost.
Yes.
This is a replica skull. You guys ask that question a lot, so this is just so you know. That's a replica, and you can see that bone there again.
Yep. So that bone we were saying kind of protects his eyes from the sun, and so that means that he fits that diurnal daytime niche.
Diurnal? What does that mean, Keeper April?
That means that he is awake during the day, and that's when he does a lot of his activity, like hunting for his food.
Mm-hmm.
So he is scouring the fields for mice and small little things that he can catch.
Nice. And the opposite of diurnal is?
Nocturnal.
Nocturnal. Nocturnal meaning?
Nighttime.
Exam-
Daytime. Nighttime. Daytime. Okay, sorry.
Hey, Steve,
If
Yeah.
anybody gets that,
do you happen
You're
to
my
know the name of that bone over the eye? Somebody was asking.
oh, whoa.
I don't, but I bet you right now somebody's looking it up as we speak. Either Leslie or maybe Pat. Could be Kathy or Linda. Maybe Bob is looking up that bone. It probably has occipital in it somehow. I would guess it has occipital eye in it some way, but I do not know the name of that bone.
Probably another Latin word.
I got stumped.
Bones have long names.
Those do have long names. Amazing things. So Leslie is looking it up. I was going to ask Leslie a question, but it looks like she's in the middle of something.
We'll leave that to our experts behind the scenes, actually,
All
because
right, that's fine.
I would have to do a deep dive. So
We won't go quite that far. So when we talk about something called a niche, that's kind of the animal's job in the wild where it lives. What's Braveheart's niche?
it's job in the wild.
In the wild, yeah.
So I would say, if you were to ask me what you did,
I did.
kind of to help with pest control. So we do. There's a lot of mice. There's a lot of kind of the animals that they eat. They
Right.
can reproduce very quickly. So having something above them in the food chain to kind of keep them at perfect numbers, so there aren't too many of them, because mice can carry diseases.
Nice.
But also they chew on things and stuff like that, so they can physically destroy stuff as well.
Good deal.
So
Okay.
having a predator that is able to kind of keep them at perfect numbers keeps the world in harmony.
I love that. And you had you said it was kind of nice. You were talking about this earlier. The flip of that is the owl at night doing the
Right.
same type of thing.
Yeah, so since we
Kind of
have our
fill in that
nighttime
same-
and daytime, the hawk fills that role during the day, and then the owl fills that role at night.
Nice, good deal. And Chelsea, you have a job during the day. You're doing this today with us.
Yes.
Leslie, you have a job during the day.
Mm-hmm.
April, you have a job during the day. I'm working on it. Does Braveheart have a job at the zoo?
Yes.
What's his job at the zoo?
So his job is an animal ambassador, and that would be to go out and to kind of meet people and tell his story.
Oh,
of
okay.
both his personal story and then kind of be an advocate for wild hogs.
Nice, good deal. And he must do an amazing job. He is a stunning animal, that is for sure.
We know.
So, and I think he does too. The operant conditioning, that positive reinforcement that you do with him, when you ask for behavior or he's doing something positive, you're able to give him a reinforcer. What's his reinforcer? What's his favorite food item to say good?
So right now we have tried some new things recently.
We have.
Yeah. But right now it's kind of like mice is a majority of the food that he gets. But we do some days where he gets small chicks, or we just started giving some bones.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a rib bone, a really long rib bone, and the girls said that he had a lot of fun.
Really?
With that, and we were hoping that he could kind of work on his beak with that. So naturally grind it down a little bit.
Neat.
And of course he really likes the big food, like
a
large rat or a large
Who wouldn't like a large
head.
rat at 10:15 on a Wednesday morning?
Everybody loves large rats around here.
He is so neat. And you said, I'm sorry, you said earlier, and I think we kind of got off track with it. He is about how old? 15, 17?
We're saying 16.
We're saying 16 years old.
Mm-hmm. He's been with us for about 15.
And we think he'll live to be...
Forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Keeper April.
Yes.
Just so you know, there are people
Forever.
watching you right now.
Well, we have seen hawks in human care live up to like 34.
Really?
So that's
So he's
what I'm mentally
middle-aged-ish.
going for.
So that's your goal? That's
Yeah.
your goal? 34?
Yeah. Break
Digital
record.
guest, how about a thumbs up on 34? Can you guys give us a thumbs up on
35,
34?
'cause we gotta beat it.
35, sorry.
Yeah.
35? How about a thumbs up with that? I think that'd be fantastic.
Yeah. But probably in the wild they wouldn't live to be as long because they have certain dangers, like they kind of get zoned in on food and they get hit by cars a lot of times. Yeah,
Bummer.
so what are some things we could do to prevent that?
What are some things we could do to prevent that?
I'm so glad you asked.
If one of the challenges to living a long life as a red-tailed hawk is being struck by a car, what are some things, digital friends, that you can do to help prevent that from happening? And we're going to pause for a second because we really want you to think about that. Digital friends, what are some things you can do to make sure that Braveheart doesn't get hit by a car, that hawks don't get hit by a car in the wild? Little hint, what might it be attracting Braveheart to the road, or any other red-tailed hawk, or owl, or falcon, or. We can keep on going with that. Think about that for a second.
Vulture? Did you say vulture?
Vultures would be another one. We'll give you a sec to think about that. I will tell you, digital friends, Braveheart's my favorite.
Out of who?
Braveheart is also my favorite.
Oh, somebody had said. Oh.
That's okay.
I also favoritism Braveheart.
As an individual, he's a lot of our favorite birds.
The best boy bird we have.
Wait a minute.
See what you did there.
Okay, wait a minute. We only have two birds, and one's a male, one's a female, April.
Well done.
So
Well done.
this is our only favorite male bird? Okay. All right. I get it. What did you have, Chelsea?
All right, so for answers to your questions,
Yes.
Aurora says drive carefully.
Nice, Aurora.
Corey
Attention to
says
surroundings.
roadkill is probably what.
Oh, nice,
attracting
Corey.
them.
Yeah.
Keep your lights on from Rudy.
Ooh, okay. That'll work. Thanks, Rudy.
Keep animals out of the streets.
Keep animals out of the streets. Okay.
Yeah.
Clean roadkill off the road.
That's a great idea.
That's all I've got at the moment.
That's awesome.
That's a great start, though.
How about one other thing? I know you talk about this a lot in some of your programs, Leslie, and you and Chelsea do too. This idea of littering.
Right.
So why is it important to not litter when you're talking about trying to save animals like hawks and owls?
Right, because while yes, in theory, they're coming to the roadkill, we don't necessarily want you to be going out there and pulling all the roadkill, because then
dangerous.
also that puts you in danger too.
We don't want you to get hurt.
So of course, we love that you all love
Those
these
are great
animals.
ideas, great suggestions.
But so how we can do that instead of physically pulling, if there is roadkill off, is doing everything that we can to keep the roads clean,
Okay.
which is not like throwing food out the window. I know growing up I was like, oh, it's an apple core, or it's
something else is going to eat it.
Food, something else is going to eat it. And yes, something else does eat it.
Right.
And it gets really, unless you have an amazing aim and you can throw really, really far, it's going to get close to the sides of the road. Those mice, those other
and
little
those animals are coming to eat that food.
And then here comes the hawk. And then, like April said, they get really focused. That's how they're able to hunt. They have great eyesight, and they get very focused. So they're not thinking, oh, this thing's barreling down the road.
Yeah, they don't see that. They're not focused. They're not seeing that.
Exactly.
Even though it's a huge vehicle, and we think, why didn't you see it? Well, I'm not paying attention to the mouse or the rat.
The food is more important.
Right.
So
that makes perfect sense.
They've probably not eaten several meals before then, so they could have missed their last meal. So they're so focused on, like, I've really got to catch this one. And
nice, yeah.
Totally makes sense.
So that apple core, that piece of a hot dog, that little last cracker is attracting other food to the road. Does that make sense?
Well, yes, will decompose eventually and is not super harmful to the world in the sense.
But to the individual.
But to the individual, it can bring other animals closer to the road, thus predators and other things, and then that's when that human and wildlife conflict happens.
Ooh, very good.
Fancy words.
So it's all this amazing stuff that you can do that it's kind of easy to do. Keep your trash in your car until you get to a spot where you can throw it away safely. And that's something that can do to help Braveheart's relatives, to help owls, to help little small kestrels, to help other animals. It might even help animals like opossums.
True.
It might help raccoons, maybe even skunks. I heard you like skunks a little bit, I heard.
Kind of.
Yeah. We might have to introduce you guys to a skunk later on one of these days. I need you to tell me you'd like to meet a skunk. Would you like to meet a skunk, digital friends?
Not today, but...
Let me tell you this, though. If you wanted to meet a skunk, you've got to be nice to April.
And Braveheart, so put your trash in proper receptacles, basically.
I love that.
That's usually
you
what
guys can do that, then.
Trash goes in trash. or compost. If you have,
I love that.
If you want to compost as well, then putting that in compost, but not throwing it out your car window, or just kind of... Like, if you go camping, not cleaning up after you're camping, those things too. That's
great point.
That's still an area where a bunch of people are driving and a bunch of people are, so...
Yeah, that's a great point. That makes perfect sense.
There are a lot of people on board with meeting a skunk, so...
Awesome.
Did we think it'd be any other way? I mean...
So just so you know, off camera right now, we have Kat, who is the lead keeper down here. We have May down here, another one of our keepers, and they're both nodding. Yes, you want to meet Stinker. Yes, you do want to meet Stinker the skunk. So
Patty says skunks are beautiful.
They are.
Patty, hi Patty. Hope Jacob's doing well. Hope everybody's doing good there. Yes, absolutely. So that's my little aside. April, do you have anybody you want to say hi to? It used to be
everyone. Yeah.
Oh, you're so nice. You're so nice.
All the Braveheart lovers.
Yeah.
Are there any out there?
Yeah. Tell us if you're. Put it in the chat if you're a Braveheart lover.
One of the bad things when you get all these educators together is it kind of ends up being a little more of a fun fest.
Oh no. I'd hate to have fun at work.
Which is a good thing. All of us are in the education department here at the North Carolina Zoo. The animal staff that works with us here is part of the education team. So we're pretty lucky along those lines, that's for sure. Hope you guys have seen the donation button. Hope you've been able to tick that a couple times. Remember, we were right at $4,800. We're pushing that $5,000 over the episode. So thank you so much for that, because I know it's been a challenge for many people at many different times. So those of you that have given or may give in the future, thank you already in advance. Kat's showing me some. Kat's like, Steve, you forgot this. You forgot this, Steve. April, we'll let you go ahead and take care of Mr. Braveheart. You guys want to say goodbye to Braveheart? Say goodbye to April, too. Say goodbye to April, too. She worked hard today. So thank you so much, April. Braveheart, we'll see you down the road. Kat's going to hand me a little something here. Thank you, Kat. You didn't get on screen, Kat.
She's been on screen enough. She's been on that TV show that we have.
Oh, that's right.
Anybody watch that TV show and seen a porcupine? That's Kat.
We stole Kat from Animal Division. She worked with Kelly the porcupine. Remember the episode that we did with Kelly the porcupine?
That was also Kat.
Kat was there with that too. So now she is part of education as well. She should be.
Yes.
Look at this craft. This is so cute. I've had this on my desk since November. Thank you, Nikki. Waiting to do this, and I'm so happy we finally got a chance to. They're handprints. You didn't
Like
believe
this?
me, did you? Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Her handprint
So you kind of do.
bird. How cute is that?
I like that.
You guys like that one? That's pretty cool. And then paint it as you wish. You could do different tail feathers.
I was going to
Different
say.
change up the beak a little bit.
Doesn't this kind of look like a juvenile?
Ooh. And why does it look like a juvenile again? Let's remind our guests. Why is it a juvenile and not a red-tailed hawk?
Yeah, let's see
Not
if they
adult?
remember.
Ooh, you're
little
so
quiz.
You're so Wednesday active. I like that. Why did April say that, or April? Why did Leslie
Hi,
say?
I'm Leslie.
I'm working on that.
Have we met?
Why did Leslie say this might represent a juvenile and not an adult? Da-da-da.
So this would be what Braveheart would have looked like when
When he
he
got
came
here. Nice.
here. Yeah.
Cat raised her hand. I guess Cat knows.
Tail feathers are different. from
Wow.
Bill.
Who?
Bill.
Nice, Bill. Oh, hey, Bill. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, exactly. The tail feathers. They're striped. Where on the adult, you have that beautiful rusty red color on the animal's tail.
Yes.
Fun day.
What?
Fun day.
Oh, we've had a fun day. Sorry.
Did you guys notice Leslie's mask?
He made me do it.
The feedback you've provided tells us you like these clear masks. I didn't make her do it. Leslie said that she would be happy to do it because of the feedback you've provided. I'm only kind of mean, not all the way mean. Not all the way mean.
True.
So that's something else that we're going to provide because of your feedback. So we try to take that into account and listen to you when we can. I think we got lucky. What's falling right now? You feel it?
Yeah,
Put
it
your hands
just started raining.
It did.
So we made it all the way to the end. Thank you to the. I think all the digital guests probably were like, don't rain. So thank you for making that happen.
So I'm going to go into the shelter. Can you finish up?
Sure.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding. I won't. I know you would do that, but I wouldn't leave you out in the rain all by yourself.
I legit was gonna be like, okay.
Sure, sister, get out of the rain, Steve. You're old.
Yeah, you know
You're old. You need to go
You
protect
may wilt.
yourself. I might wilt. Digital fans, I hope you truly enjoyed today's episode on Zoo Adventures. It was a blast bringing it to you, and it's so much fun to be able to work with the entire team sometimes. We don't get to see each other as much as we do normally, even right now at the end of COVID. I say end. Let's hope it's the end of COVID. So it's always nice to get up with everybody down here in the education department. Red-tailed hawks, really neat animals. The Rehabilitation Center, the Schindler Rehabilitation Center here at the zoo is where Braveheart came from. He did have wing injury. And the job that they fill is really important. And you mentioned it really well, talking about they're kind of eating those pests.
Yeah,
those
keeping
mice.
the ecosystem in balance, the habitat in balance.
That's an even better way to say
Yeah.
it. I didn't get there. Nice.
Equilibrium. Here
I
we
like
go.
it. There you go. Perfect. So yeah, so an amazing, amazing program today. At least I think so, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. So thanks again for everybody tuning in today. We'll be with you again next Wednesday. Got it? Next Wednesday, we'll be back with you again, and I think we're talking about. I'm not going to tell you. You have to tune in.
I don't remember, so
You have
I
to tune
can't
in.
tell you.
So yeah, tune in. Wednesdays, there is an exception. Earth Day is coming. There'll be 2 Zoo Adventures during Earth Day week, which is...
Earth Day is the 22nd of April. So sorry,
Wait.
speaking of April. April just snuck in and took, I guess she dropped something on the ground, so she just
She was
snuck
very
in.
good at keeping it off camera, though.
But that's why our faces were suddenly like, what is happening?
Why is this zookeeper crawling back into the scene? April, just walk back in if you want. We'll love to talk to you again.
But April 22nd, that's Earth Day.
Yeah, thank you. April 22nd, Earth Day, and that week,
We'll have the 19th and the 21st.
and one of those is live.
The Monday is live.
So Monday the 19th is live. We'll be back with you in front of the camera on those days. We have a couple taped episodes coming up. This is the proverbial rabbit hole. We've talked about everything today and had a really
lot of
good
things,
time. Yeah, it's been great. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Did you? Chelsea, did you have fun?
I did.
You did? You have a good time?
I did. I had a great time.
I'm glad you had a
Favorite
good
bird.
So favorite, you are a bird nerd.
I am a bird nerd. You can't ever go wrong with birds.
Very good. Well, I'll give this to you. Hold on a second. I'm going to go over here real quick. You
Okay.
You finish up with the goodbyes.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take... Nope, you can't come back. You can't come back. Hey, everybody. So, just a quick reminder, though, before we let you go, we put that craft in the chat. We also have some camps that we're looking to fill up. Super fun. Chelsea and I actually helped out with them last year, and Nikki has some really fun stuff in store this year. So hopefully one of our people behind the scenes is putting a link to the camps in the chat right now. Thank you to our people behind the scenes, not just Chelsea behind the scenes here, but those at their computer helping answer all of the questions. And I quick wanted to give a shout out to my niece and nephew. My nephew Bradley, hi, and then my niece Jean, little Jeannie, and then probably my mom's watching too, so hey mom. Love you. We had so much fun with you all today. Remember, we still are under time ticketing, so make sure you get your reservations before you come in. We are still asking you that you wear face coverings while you're here at the zoo for our safety, for your safety, for the safety of the animals that live here at the zoo. And thank you all for joining us today. We'll see you next week. Bye from Steve. I'm just going to go ahead and say bye from Steve. From me.
Wait.
Oh, wait, okay.
No, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
All right, hold on. I'm going to do the Steve thing. I'm going to say bye from me to Steve. Chelsea.
Have a good day, everybody.
Steve.
Bye, everybody. It's great to see you again.
Join us next week. Bye, everybody.